Me and 200 other people were fired. A failure is nothing but when a person accepts the defeat. When I was at Mintra and I was thinking of change, at least within those first 5 years, when many founders give up, I feel that hey, that was not the challenge of the organization, that was the challenge of the founder.
Kaushal Thakkar, a visionary founder behind India's leading AI-driven growth marketing platform, Infinity. For more than 2 decades now, he's a true pioneer in shaping up the landscape of digital marketing in India. In this conversation today, we talked to him about how can he manage so many things together, what's the real cost of being a founder, and finally, what has he learned from all the breakthroughs and breakdowns from over the years. So let's get started. Thank you for the coming on the show today.
Thanks, Param. My pleasure.
Kaushal, we're marketers. And marketing always taught that write a great story. And in great stories, always one strong character and even a stronger dragon. Now, today, we sit in this beautiful office in the heart of the city of Mumbai, and we have hundreds of people outside working on an idea that you built from ground up. I just have one question for you.
Sure.
What was that dragon that made this story so epic?
That's interesting. Okay, so I'm lucky that at least I'm the hero in the story. So that's fortunate. But okay, for me, there's not one dragon, Param. Multiple dragons in my story, and those multiple dragons brought me to a situation where at least there was a dearth of wealth at a particular point in my life, and that made me think that hey, at least I need to create wealth. Create wealth not only for myself but for several other people.
How old were you?
This was somewhat around 25, and that's the time where at least life had got me to some situations where I alone was not ready to take up the challenge. I had failed one venture, and life brought me to that particular situation. When this came in, I realized that hey, as of now, let me be playing safe, right? Let me play safe, and I started working for another organization. So I joined the corporate world almost for 12 years. That's the time where I was in the corporate world. But that dream, that feeling that hey, I want to start something on my own someday again, that remained in me for a long period. It's just that that hibernation period over this particular period made it stronger and stronger. And then when the life brought me in front of one more dragon, where at least me and 200 other people were fired, that intensity became much higher.
Okay.
And when that intensity became higher, that willingness to do something big came in, and now I was a much mature individual as compared to that 25-year-old Kaushal. The 37-year Kaushal was much more mature, had the right tools and techniques, knew the processes and the systems which are implemented across bigger corporate.
So tell me, did you need that trigger? If you weren't fired, would you have been just there and doing a 9 to 5, or you would have done this?
So this thought process, Param, sometimes in life, you take the best decisions when you have nothing to lose. When I was at Mintra and I was thinking of change, that's the other time when I had come across the same situation. But having seen the circumstances earlier in my life, I was not ready to take that risk. And that's where I joined the other organization in Mumbai and started with the same corporate journey.
Okay.
It was only when I got that kick, right, out from the organization, you're fired. That's where that particular thing materialized. When I had nothing to lose, I was ready to take more risk, right?
Okay.
And sometimes that risk taking ability is what makes an entrepreneur from the corporate team member, right? So risks are necessary, but yes, when do you take the risk? Do you have all the things besides you to take that particular risk? Is something which a person has to plan, and for me at least all the things went through in the right direction. So that's something which I consider myself fortunate with.